We're here with Lauren, Miranda, and Phoebe, 3 Bay Ridge Secondary School students that were in Make a Difference. They also participated in local volunteer programs, and they're on a trip to India. So we're going to find out how was the program, and how they like it, and what they do, and what they learn. And so we're going back now, we're on the trip. You guys, you've told me how you prepared. Locally, you've prepared. You're there. You've packed your bag. What did you forget right off the bat? Did you forget anything?
Warm clothes.
Warm clothes? You never always think of things like this, right?
Yeah.
100%. What about you, Lauren? Did you forget anything?
The warm clothes was a really big one. Yeah, you forget. Yeah, you forget how cold it is up in the northern parts of Delhi. So.
Okay, so we packed the bag. We've got to the airport. We're on the plane. Did you guys travel before this? Was this your first international trip personally?
No.
No?
I've traveled a bit.
Oh, you've traveled a bit, but this was your first
Yes.
school flight? How was the air flight? Eh? Like that, it must have been a long plane
It
ride.
was very, very long.
Yeah. You got to definitely, cards, and what did you do on the airplane?
Watched a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And slept.
And slept. Okay, so you've watched movies, you've slept, you're now in India.
Yeah.
You're working with SOPAR?
Yes,
Okay,
Bala Vikasa.
Bala Vikasa, SOPAR. What are some of the things you did during your international co-op and your volunteer experience? And I'm going to start with Phoebe right now. And we're coming back. We're going to go all the way around because you guys probably did a lot.
Well, first, quickly, we toured around a bit in the northern part of India, so Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, just to do some touristy sightseeing. But then the major part of the trip was when we traveled down further south in India to Andhra Pradesh and Warangal, where Bala Vikasa is located. And we got to experience their programs. We, on a daily basis, went with them to visit the different programs and meetings that they run in the different communities and villages surrounding Warangal.
So what are some of those programs?
Well, we did quite a few. So one of them is they have a program for widows where they empower the widows to kind of help themselves in life. So we went to see that when we went to see a program that they run for orphans, so just helping out orphans in the community, and one for the old and destitute. So just helping out the old people that have nobody left. Okay. And then we also saw some of the villages, like Bay Ridge had donated a water well. So we went to one of the villages where Bay Ridge had actually put in the water well, which was really cool to see how much that actually had affected the community. And then we went to see a school too where Bay Ridge had donated desks and chairs.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
So so a lot ties back to Bay Ridge, eh?
Yes.
Well, that's fantastic. Now tell me, because I think your teacher said this before, but at the end of the trip, there were rupees left over, and you decided to donate these rupees? Tell me a bit about the story.
There's as Miranda was talking about, the Old and Destitute program. So it's a program for people who are over the age of 70 and have nothing left. And Angel's the woman who runs Bala Vikasa. Her name is Angel Bala in her native language. And she runs Bala Vikasa, and we went to the Old and Destitute program, and there's this one woman who was close to 100 years old, and she had, a few years ago, given Angel 2 rupees. They receive basic provisions, so they receive rice, lentils, and some 35 rupees for 3 months to buy fresh vegetables, so that's about the cost of 3 oranges in India. So it's not very much money, and that's all the income that they have because there's no retirement funds. So they receive that money, and this woman gave Angel 2 rupees, which is not very much money, but it is a lot of money when you have so little. And she told Angel to use that money to go buy chocolates. And what Angel was telling us that story, and what she said was that those 2 rupees felt like 2 million rupees to her, and she still has the picture in her office. And she still has those 2 rupees. So it was really great to see the personal connection she had with those people. And the coordinators had they had to get their own money they had to beg people and to ask for money to run the Old and Destitute program. But there were still 6 people who couldn't be a part of that program because there wasn't enough money. So we donated our extra rupees so that those people could be part of the Old and Destitute program.
That's awesome. Seriously. That's really special. Sorry, one sec. So I think that's going to take me on to the next topic very quickly, and this is to each of you, and I want you to think of it. But what's a defining moment of the trip? Something you've learned personally, or something you saw? Just a personal, quick story, and maybe that's definitely part of it. That's a very amazing thing. I'm very proud of you guys. But what's something that you took away from this trip? Well, no.
You go ahead.
Rock, scissors, paper.
Okay, so kind of like what Lauren was saying, at the Old and Destitute, one thing that really kind of struck a chord with me is they were saying that they no longer have enough funding. So what had happened was the volunteers were like begging or raising the money themselves to support the old and destitute, and they have very limited income of their own. And just to see that they were really going that extra mile and raising that money, even though they have like next to nothing themselves, to fund these people was just so amazing to me. Like, I mean, people in North America are so lucky, and to see that they have nothing and yet they're still giving, that just, I don't know, it was really a aha moment for me.
Sounds very powerful, eh? You got to see some of these things sometimes, eh?
Yeah,
to feel it. And what about yourself, Phoebe? What did you take away?
I think seeing communities come together every day, everywhere we went, we saw all the communities coming together to help each other and to support each other, and they were people who didn't have anything themselves. The money they made every day went to the food for them to eat that day. They literally have nothing, but they helped each other and they came together and they took days off work where they really couldn't do that, but they did to help each other and to support each other. And to we went to one program where they were celebrating some orphans that Ballyvicassa supports, their birthday, and almost 1,000 women came from a few different villages to support these children on their birthday, and just to see all these mothers for these orphans coming to support them and love them and care for them was just so amazing. And it's something that I think we're lacking in Western culture, or in Canada at least. Seeing communities come together at that level is just extraordinary to see, and it'd be nice to encourage people here to have more of that sense of community.